Kal Kadosh, Boker Or. This is Bekiim Bahalacha 5, Siman Lamed Bet 32. This is day 41, page 103, Halacha Kuf Samech Aleph 161. Basically, what the Gemara is now going to speak to us about is as follows. The Halacha says like this: the accepted custom. When we're talking about Ot Shin, you remember we were speaking about the letter Shin, which is on the Tefilin Shadrosh. On the right side and left side, you've got a three-headed Shin and a four-headed Shin. So it says over here as follows, okay? The accepted custom is to form the letter Shin in the same shape as it appears in the alphabet of our sacred scrolls, which is called Ashuri. Meaning, what type of a script? Is it Rashi script? Is it a printed script? So it has to be Ashuri. Therefore, it's not sufficient to simply form three prongs extending from a common point on the bottom. Each prong must have a head on the top. Meaning, on the top of the Shin, it's got to have a head. In the manner that a scribe writes, the letter Shin. All three heads of the Shin on the right side, and all four heads on the left side. So remember, on the right side you have three. On the left you have four. They must be connected at the base of the letter. And the technician must take care to connect the middle prong or prongs to the base. Again, there's a picture. So basically everything has to be connected from the top to the bottom, connected to the base. Plus on the top it has to have a head, which means not just a line. It has to have like the form of a head. Tefilin meant for Sephardic Jews should have the letter Shin shaped according to the Sephardic tradition, which follows the teachings of the Oziel HaKadosh. Tefilin meant for Ashkenazi Jews should have the letter shaped according to their meaning each one should have their, because remember in the way of writing the letters, there's different ways of writing the letters for Ashkenazim and Sfaradim. So if Sfaradim we do like the Oziel HaKadosh, so therefore our Shin has to be like the Shin that the way we write in the Sefer Torah. And for Ashkenazim it's going to be different. Look in the footnote. 139. 139, the Bach testified that in his area the custom was formed in the Shin as it appears in the alphabet of Meshita, which is like a Rashi, which is we commonly Rashi script. However, a number of poskim inserted the letter Shin is in the Vashuri, and that's also the opinion of the Mishnah Berurah. Nowadays, anyway, that's the universal custom. Meaning, even though there did exist such a custom to doing like the letter Shin of Rashi, right? You have a picture over there, right, of the letter Shin, Rashi Shin, it's called. So, but the universal Shin that we have is the Ashuri. How was the letter Shin shaped? So Talmud teaches, why does the word sheker stand on 1 foot, while the word emet stands on double feet? It's because truth has a solid ground. Falsehood cannot stand. So Rashi explains the letter Shin, Kof, and Resh, all of them are a single point. So the Resh, only 1 point. The Kuf, 1 point. The Shin, even though there's 3 heads, it's 1 point on the bottom. So it says, symbolizing the fact that falsehood is easily pushed over. This is a challenge for the Sephardic tradition in writing the sacred scrolls, since the letter Shin is written with a flat horizontal bottom. Meaning, if you have a flat bottom, and then you have the 3 things coming out, it's flat. It's not pointy. It's not like a pointy 1 point, and then everything comes out from that 1 point. So he said, the truth is, however, the Rav Chida instructed us to write the letter Shin with a diagonal base that comes to a single point on the bottom left side. So he says, even though it's flat, but it's not really flat, it's a little bit diagonal. So the bottom is a little dot. Okay. Nevertheless, it's always been a custom, been common for the letter to be written on the flat bottom. So let's see on side of the response on Tzvi, who defended the Sephardic tradition. First of all, although the Talmud describes the letters as a single point, doesn't mean that the Shin was written with a flat base is not kosher. Furthermore, the Maharsha explains, right, they interpreted the passage in a different manner than Rashi. According to the Maharsha, Talmud says that the entire word sheker is a unit, and so the word stands on a single point at the bottom of the letter Kof. Right? He says, if so, the passage does not teach anything about the letter Shin. Okay? What's more, the Rambam made no mention of this passage, and therefore it appears that he felt that it doesn't teach us halacha. Therefore, those who recommended to write the base of the letter Shin in a diagonal line, it's kosher even if it was written on a horizontal line. Okay, fine. 162. So, sorry, the Sfaradim osim tzurat Shin kvi minagam, and Ashkenazim kvi minagam. Okay. Kuf samech bet, 162. Tagim. Some batim manufacturers form the letter Shin complete with tagim crown as it appears in the sword, meaning not only just the Shin, even the little crowns on the top, they'll do it. But according to some poskim, the Shin in the Bayit should not have tagim. And even in the sacred scrolls, if the scribe failed to write the tagim, it's still kosher. So therefore, obviously, we don't do it. Right? 163, Kuf Samech Gimel. If the Bayit was made with a 4-headed Shin on the right side and a 3-headed Shin on the left side, meaning the opposite of what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be right 3 and left 4. Here he did the opposite, right? It's still kosher. If both letter Shins were made with 3 or both with 4, it's not kosher. Meaning one of them for sure has to have 3 and one of them 4. Which side? B'diavad, it's going to be fine. We know that the right side has 3, left side has 4. But if b'diavad, if post factum, you made a mistake, you switch it, it's okay. But it has to be one of 3, one of 4. If one of the 2 letters was not made at all, it's definitely not kosher. Okay, 164. Right? The base of the letter shin must reach down to the level of the titura, where the bite is stitched out. So it has to go all the way down to the bottom. This applies to both the shin on the right side and the left side. As long as the letter shin is fully formed, it's kosher, even if it doesn't reach all the way down to the titura. The base of the letter shin should not appear to be sunken into the titura. The entire letter shin should be visible to the onlooker. But if it appears as if that it's sunken into the titura, the bite is still kosher. The main thing is that the basic form of the letter shin is still visible. It means you still have to be able to see it. The last halacha kuf samichay 165. If the letter shin becomes flattened with time, and you can't see it anymore, because it starts flat until you basically don't see it. It must be refurbished and visible again. This is no different than the halacha requiring the bite to be square. And if it's going to be misshapen with time, you have to repair it again as well.